So going back to you, what's your goal? What do you want to use LinkedIn for? Is it to get featured by top media? Is it to become the go-to expert, or is it to use LinkedIn for sales? When you have that clarity, things will come to you when you know how to use LinkedIn.
I've seen a lot of people on Instagram who post like multiple times a day on Instagram. Does that seem like posting multiple times a day? Does that work on LinkedIn? Is that like a smart tactic?
When it comes to LinkedIn, I would start with actually you. Like, can you post twice a day? Do you have the capacity to do that? If not, then don't do that. Put a goal that is realistic. Maybe it's just twice a week. Maybe it's just even one time a week. Stick to it for a whole month first and then ramp up accordingly. And the best thing about this is not a lot of people understand when you just, oh my gosh, I need to post every single day on Instagram or LinkedIn. Let me post twice a day. You're not actually allowing the algorithm to learn what you are actually posting. Mm-hmm. And it just gives them such a short window, and at the same time for your audience as well. Out of nowhere, there's like, oh, this person, Salina, popping up on my newsfeed. Okay, great, but who are you? You don't warm up building the relationship that me and B just talked about just now. I think that ramp up period, it's so important when it comes down to it. So first, think about your capacity. Think about whether you have the resources to do that. Stick with only a content frequency that you feel comfortable first, and then ramp up accordingly. To quickly answer the questions, whether twice is good, no. So based on LinkedIn algorithm, it's actually 18 hours. Every post is the maximum impression you can get. Go back to your resources. What's your goal of posting?
The other thing that was really helpful for me to hear when we first had these conversations was that it's okay to post like twice a week. Hearing that and knowing that I still wanted to be like super active over on Instagram, I was like, oh, okay, I can keep my Instagram schedule and just build up, start with 2 times a week on LinkedIn. And it was more than enough. And now I've got like 2 badges, which is super fun.
Amazing. And you can repurpose too. People always think you need new content for a new platform. Absolutely not. Like, just best practice to know what it works for a certain platform, but you can always repurpose.
So let's say we've got a bunch of emails, we've got a bunch of blogs. Are those things that I can repurpose on LinkedIn? Like, I know I've seen LinkedIn newsletters, LinkedIn articles. Is that wise to take those things and move it over?
Absolutely. I love this question so much because I literally just did a video about stop writing article from scratch on LinkedIn, but use your website blog and then repurpose it on LinkedIn.
Is there anything that we need to shift, like taking a blog over to LinkedIn? For example, what I'm thinking is like, I have a product I want to sell and I've written this blog around explaining what this, topic is, and then I want someone to buy this product. Should I have a call to action in the LinkedIn article? Should I change it? Should it be the same?
Absolutely. No need to change. If like that article, it's like leading up to a digital product, let's say, then the CTA could always, hey, love what I'm sharing with you right here. You want to learn more? This is like, $397 digital course you can buy. Absolutely.
What are some of is there one client success story or win that you feel encapsulates a lot of what we talked about so far?
I will talk about one of the clients. I actually start with me, and he's a CIO at a very, very top law firm in the US. And when we started, he was like, I don't know what to post. I have so many different ideas, but I'm also really afraid of my network not engaging on all this stuff. So we talk about, posting frequency. We talk about content specialty. So hone into some of the content specialty that you like. Things that people love to consume will be, or you like to produce, that it doesn't really exhaust you, will be like maybe articles, maybe long form text posts, things like that, right? Mm-hmm. So find what your strength is and you can do it for a long time. So similarly for this client, we figure out for him is actually like storytelling type of post. And then he did multiple type of it. And later, I think last year, he got rewarded as a LinkedIn top voice just because of him showing up every single day to his audience, as well as to get a content creator fund from LinkedIn specifically for the legal tech industry. It's not like he needed the money, but it's more like the recognition. Him is a perfect example of figuring out his voice, figuring out some of the content frequency that we talk about. So going back to you, what's your goal? What do you want to use LinkedIn for? Is it to get featured by top media? Is it to become the go-to expert, or is it to use LinkedIn for sales? When you have that clarity, things will come to you when you know how to use LinkedIn. Hey Insider, your post and praise days are over. This episode is sponsored by Content Conversion System. Learn never share LinkedIn algorithm to boost your social engagement, grow your best fit followers, and bring your dream clients to your DMs on autopilot. I cannot wait to see you there. And now let's get back to the episode.
You reminded me, as you were talking about like frequency, is there a frequency difference between like LinkedIn articles and posts? Like when it comes to LinkedIn articles, let's say we're going to repurpose those blogs. Should we be doing it at a certain clip, at a certain frequency?
Well, I love that question. So LinkedIn have this new feature just launched, I think last year. It's called LinkedIn Newsletter. So LinkedIn Newsletter allow you to create a theme, but when it talk about newsletter, there is some sort of like consistency that it require, right? Like just like when you're nurturing your own list, you show up like at least maybe weekly or bi-weekly. So similarly for LinkedIn newsletter, you should have some sort of frequency that's dedicated to do that. So if it's like bi-weekly work for you or even a monthly newsletter, you can do that. And then you can update the frequency so your audience know it as well. And LinkedIn newsletter is fantastic because of two things. One is once you blast a newsletter, it will automatically blast to someone's email as well. That's really good. Another really great thing is about discovery. So even though like, let's say B, you and I are not connected, but I'm so interested with SEO topic, I can subscribe to your newsletter, but not necessarily become your connection. That is your follower too, which is so interesting. So those are the two reasons I would say doing a newsletter. As for a LinkedIn article, it's much more relaxed. It's more like just a format. It's like Instagram carousel or Instagram picture post. So you can post at any time if you want. And when you do post a LinkedIn article or LinkedIn newsletter, it will automatically post like a post. Imagine when you post a LinkedIn article or LinkedIn newsletter, you still need to post it as a post. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So no matter what, this is how that looks like in their formatting. But you could choose creating a newsletter or just creating an individual article. If there's one thing I shared today, get you one step closer for being the CEO you desire to be, then I've done my job right. If you love today's video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and I cannot wait to see you same time next week. Bye for now.